Hi y'all, welcome to the Messy Studio. It's 1:20 in the afternoon, it's 94 degrees outside, and you can see what the temperature in the shop is. And for you Celsius people, that's where we are. Hey y'all, pardon my appearance. I just finished mowing the front half acre, so I'm a little beat. I do my best thinking when I'm mowing, and I thought it was time for another turn talk. So stay tuned and I'll tell you what part of turning's been on my mind. You know, I've been doing flat work a long time, and I did flat work long before I got into turning. But I've heard on a number of occasions now, traditional flat workers call us turners wood wasters. Well, I don't like wasting wood any more than anybody else. But let's get serious here. The vast majority of this was refused by lumber companies, and it's just stuff that would end up in a burn pile or doing something else. So yeah, I guess like when we turn this blank right here, there may be a good chunk of that little piece of walnut that's wasted onto the ground, but you know what? It was all going to be wasted to start with. And while we're on the subject of wood wasters, what about this? I've seen flat workers, some very prominent, well-known flat workers, people who make furniture and whatnot, talking about wasting wood. I've seen them take longer boards than this. This is ribbon mahogany, 8/4. I've seen flat workers take boards like this and plane them down to 3/4 of an inch. That's 65% of this wood wasted. And we're wood wasters as turners? Well, very often it's the pot calling the kettle black, I think. I don't know where the term came from, I don't really care. But it was just something I was thinking about. Somebody said something about, I mean, I don't like wasting wood. I wish I had a coring tool. I'm planning on getting one, because there's a lot of these, like some of that big walnut and some of my maple and cherry, I don't want to waste, and mesquite especially. I don't want to waste if I can help it. I don't want to just turn the inside into a bunch of shavings on the floor when I can turn them into 2 or 3 more bowls, or even just one. But it's not going to prevent me from making a project from something that was, in essence, firewood to start with, more often than not. So who are the real wood wasters? I'll leave that up to you to decide. What can we as turners do to shed that stigma, or have it less thought of in that derogatory context? Well, one of the things that I do to try to avoid wasting wood, I do a lot of segmented stuff using thin scraps, and so I'm not wasting anything, or I'm not wasting much. Most of the scrap material would be going in the waste bin or in the fireplace or the burn pit, one of the two, or my smoker even. So there's a number of things we can do to avoid wasting wood. One is have a coring system if you're that fortunate. One is to use smaller pieces of wood and do a lot of segmented stuff. That's really about the only way you can afford to buy the exotic lumber anyway, unless you're making furniture and selling the pieces for $5, $6, $7, $8, $10,000, like some of my old woodworker buddies up in Ohio that were professional furniture makers. Beautiful Bombay chests and that sort of thing. It was just amazing. But I don't do that. I don't want to do that. It takes months and months and months to make one really nice dresser. And I'm a perfectionist, so it takes me a little bit longer. I don't have time for that. And months and months and months when I'm going to end up selling the project for maybe $5,000 just for a regular old dresser, not a Bombay. Bombays are going to be about 15. But I don't have the patience for that. I barely have the patience for turning. And what flat work I do tends to be more on the rustic side, simply because that's what I enjoy doing. I can do it faster. I don't have to be quite as picky. And another thing you can do to minimize your wood waste is to glue some boards together, like a number of people have done, and make an economy bowl. And there's tons of videos out there to show you how to do that. Just search YouTube for economy bowl, and a bunch of people have done it. Ron's done a couple. Any number of people have done some. You use your bandsaw and cut the board halves at an angle and then glue everything back together. It makes a really pretty bowl, and it doesn't waste a whole lot of wood. So there's a lot of options out there for turners to avoid wasting wood. Well, this turn talk has turned into a rambling session, so let's keep it short. Yeah, me keep things short. That's a stretch, isn't it? The shop's coming along. I'm happy. I'm actually able to get some work done. I did bring my last piece of equipment over yesterday. Let me show you. This is my old Craftsman job site table saw. I bought this in 2002. And it was this saw that I built my nightstands. I do build some pretty nice furniture, but I don't like doing it because it takes too long. Anyway, I used this saw to build my nightstands, and I discovered that it was it's plenty powerful, but it's not heavy enough to push big pieces of wood across it. I could weight it down or bolt it down or whatever, but I'm not going to do that. It's not exactly where I'm going to keep it, but it's pretty close. I've got a sled built for this saw that fits it perfectly, and it's accurate. I have several jigs for pen making pen blanks that I use strictly on this saw. And so you'll see me use that from time to time for making up either pen blanks or bottle stopper blanks or something. This cart is actually the bottom of a tool chest that I bought at Northern Tool a few days ago. The gray piece down on the bottom, these are for my lumber rack. You'll see that video later. This gray piece on the bottom was a wing that came with my Wiesmeyer fence when I bought it for the Delta. I've been wondering what I was going to do with it. I'm going to put some more wood around it and turn it into the top for this. And I'm going to put my sander on here. It'll stay here permanently. So what did I do with the tool cabinet, you ask? I'm not done yet, but it was a 30-inch 4-drawer. It's now on sale for $109, by the way. I paid $169 for it. I'm not too happy about that, but that's okay. It was worth the money. I was going to build something to go down here, but this works just fine. I may leave this propped open If it fills with shavings too bad, then I'll just open it when I need to. Right now my elbow tool is in there. Extra cutters. The wrenches that I've ground to cut dimension tenons with. This drawer is going to house various lathe accessories like tool posts and whatnot. My Beal lathe tap, spindle tap. This drawer is going to have face plates and my dividers in it. This drawer will have my chucks and my jaws. And this drawer is empty. I haven't put anything in there yet, but I will. I'm still organizing. Speaking of turning, I'm starting to have withdrawals. So thanks for joining us here at the Messy Studio. I really appreciate your support. I super appreciate everybody's patience for hanging in there with me. Things are coming along relatively quickly now. Able to get some things done. I've got some turning orders that I've got to get filled. So there will be turning projects coming up soon. I've got to order a letter opener to match the Cocobolo pen that I did for a customer 2 months ago now. So I've got to get that ordered and get it turned. I've got an order for a Christmas tree ornament, an actual Christmas tree, turned Christmas tree ornament from last year. She didn't want me to do it until July, and it's past July, so I've got to get that done. So those are some turning projects that are coming up real soon. I might not be able to stand it that long. I'm sitting here looking. On the other side of this camera is that metal bookcase that's just full of turning blanks, and some of them are taunting me. So I may end up throwing something on the lathe real soon and knocking out a quick turning project for that. So stay with me, stay tuned. Here in the Messy Studio, you never know what we're going to be up to. And folks, I really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, share, and by all means, if you're doing woodworking, it's dangerous. Wear your proper safety equipment and be safe. Y'all come back.